Right, welcome back everybody. Let's get into the trending topics now. We'll bring your question of the day a little bit later on, but right now into the trending topics we go. So topping that list is Pravin, and there's a story that's doing the rounds at the moment, and this one is from News 24, and basically the whole thing is stating that the Minister, Pravin Gordhan, who of course is the Minister of Public Enterprises, has approved the sale of Eskom's distribution assets to a new state-owned company. The new company, which is yet to be named, will be a wholly owned subsidiary of the power utility. So the article goes on to say that the minister gave his stamp of approval for the deal to go ahead in a letter to Eskom's chairperson, Mpho Makwana, and that is a big talking point this morning, a very big talking point. So yeah. We still got to get truth on it, but that's what they are reporting.
Yeah, and a lot going on Twitter. But of course, with regard to this, NERSA gave the approval for this. It has to do with the unbundling process at Eskom. So this part, the distribution part of that unbundling, has now been licensed. It's been given the license by NERSA, the National Energy Regulator of South Africa. But of course, I think the concern here for most Twitterati is whether this is a precursor for privatization.
Yeah.
That is the question.
That's the big question.
So, as it stands right now, a lot still needs to be verified and we await official word. But this is what people are talking about based on what seems to have been leaked into the public domain.
All right, well, there we go. That's the talking point this morning, the number one, Pravin. All right, next one, Women's Day. Obviously, Women's Day celebrations taking place yesterday, and yesterday was Women's Day in South Africa. We call, I suppose one can call some celebrations or commemorations, whatever you want to, but of course the scourge of gender-based violence was the big talking point, and that was one that the president did certainly address and say women must stand together for. But, you know, that's, again, just talk. We suppose talk about it every single year on Women's Day. And then, you know, life just goes back to normal and whatever happens. So that is, again, another talk.
Indeed, it does. Quite a few interesting things being said, though. I think Vanessa Puna did a report yesterday about how far we've come, the strides we've made, and I think she was quoting Professor Amanda Gous, who said that in fact from the start of the democracy in South Africa, more was done at that point than we are doing right now with regards to this emancipation as far as policy is concerned. So yeah, that's Women's Day, and I just want to repeat, we got nothing.
All right, so that was Women's Day. Then Cape Town, and Cape Town's still all talking about the taxi strike in Santako, and this morning we are reporting that the taxi strike is set to continue indefinitely. That's the news that we have got in, and in the statement the Taxi Association basically said that it will be engaging the services of lawyers to apply for an urgent interdict in the next 24 hours. They basically are saying that, you know, they are demanding that all taxis be released that have been impounded, and the city is barred from impounding any more of its vehicles until that matter is resolved. So,
and on the other side, the city continues impounding, and
absolutely.
So it goes. Incidentally, got a mail from young people in Cape Town yesterday who are basically decrying the lack of leadership all round. So I don't know, maybe that's a conversation worth having as well.
It is. I mean, it certainly is. And then, of course, you know, we did see voices coming in from every angle. Transport Minister blaming this one and that one, and then just fueling the fire. And it's just turning into a political mess. That's what's happening in Cape Town. So please keep us updated as to what's going on the roads in Cape Town. And then, of course, in Tseki.
2 games in, and the problems have begun. So Kaizer Chiefs, first match of the season, Chippa United a draw, and yesterday against the defending champions Mamelodi Sundowns, and Chiefs losing by a goal. So the final score was 2-1 to Sundowns. And Nseki is, of course, the new coach at Naturena, and unfortunately not a great start for him, and the Khosi faithful already starting to bay for blood
Oh.
in some quarters. In some quarters, I think some would say, let's wait and see.
All right. Well, there we go. That's it. That's where we wrap up your trending topics for now.